Kev the Builder here, and we're doing a toolbox talk, and today we're talking about drills. There's several types of drills. We're only talking 3 different types of drills today, which are the common ones, so I thought it was ideal to show you. So we're going to talk about a 18 volt cordless drill, which is this baby here. We're going to talk about the 18 volt impact driver, and also the 240 volt mains drill, and basically their functions and purposes generally. Okay, so this is the 18 volt cordless drill. We've got various settings on it. It does multifunctional things. It's got a little battery on the back. It's cordless. Shows you how much power is left on that battery. It's rechargeable, obviously. This particular one comes with 2 batteries, so it's just recharge it up. Interchangeable. On most drills, well, all drills mainly, you've got a front, reverse and forward mechanism on there to drive in, or reverse and drive out. So that's the function that's always on mainly every drill. You've got 2 speeds on this bad boy. You've got a 1 and 2, so obviously 1 being the slower speed and 2 being the higher speed. You've got 3 settings as well on here, which is obviously for screwing, for putting screws into wood, obviously putting wood bits and screwing wood into with the bits, and then you've got a hammer for masonry setting as well. So these are all 3 settings. So you've got masonry, wood, and putting in screws. You've also got different speed ratio, so 1 being the slowest and lowest, and then goes all the way up to, on this one, 20, believe it or not. Okay, they come with a chuck, a quick release chuck. You can twist it. If you flick it and twist it, it takes it out, whatever bit you've got in there. In this instance, at the moment, I've just got a posi drive bit in there for putting in posi screws. Okay, and you can just put it in there, twist it, and it locks it in. Hold that, grip it on there, push it forward, locks it in, nice and tight. So that's basically the general one. It's got a little hook on there as well, which is good. So if you've got a belt or something, you just hook it on there, put it in your pocket, whatever on a belt, so you can go up and down ladders and things like that. So it's really well designed. They're quite light as well now, because they've got little batteries in there, little line batteries, so they're really powerful, but really light and useful. There's loads of different types of makes on the market. I mean, this is a Bosch Professional, but as I say, there's tens of different makes. You know, you pay for what you get. You know, if you can have a little use for these drills, you know, there's no point in spending big money. Again, it all depends on how much you use it on a commercial or residential level. As I say, I do a lot of commercial, so this is a more of a professional cordless 18 volt drill. Okay, so this one here is the 18 volt impact driver. Sometimes these come in sets. You know, it seems quite common, you get a set, so you might get the cordless 18 volt one, which we talked about earlier, which is that one. Sometimes comes with an impact driver. You can buy them obviously separately. I would, they're fantastic. They've only come along in the last 10-15 years, these impact drivers, so they're more financially viable to buy. They were, you know, a lot of these were more for the tradesmen, professionals, and they're really expensive, but now they're really cheap for what you get. Again, this is a good thing. It's got a little charger and battery that just fits on there. It charges up. There's not much to this one. It's not mean. It's more your diesel than your petrol of tools, because it's just a really functional, powerful little drill. And I love this little drill because it's ideal for doing woodwork and plasterboarding. So commonly you see a lot of these being used especially for carpenters or woodwork, because they're such a powerful little drill when they knock it into the park when it comes to using this. Okay, this is the 240 drill. It's a bit of a beast. You can this is the actual 240 mains drill, so it runs off obviously the power 240. This is ideal for working outside. Obviously, it's good. It's good in a way because you can actually set these things up. So for instance, on this, you've got a hammer and you've got a wood. So when you're doing more woodwork, but quite a powerful one, or just a hammer, and it's got 3 settings. So it's really good. It's really got good options. You can twist the handle slightly. So what happens is really good is that you can actually turn this. It's probably a bit graunched up anyway, but you can turn it and angle it at 45 degrees. So when you, instead of drilling it like that, you can have the handle so it's drilling like that, so it gets more into it. This is really interesting. People don't know about it. This is a gauge. So basically, you can pull this gauge out, and say for instance, you've got to go to a depth into a wall. Obviously, you can set that up so you don't go too deep into the wall and go the other side of the brickwork. So again, that's really useful. With this one as well, you've got settings of speed, but it's actually in the actual handle. So you can set it up for being faster going or slower. Obviously, going in forward or reverse. Clicks the other side, reverse, same function. So it's a great powerful drill, and it's ideal for masonry and breaking. Render off or doing various things, but it's got a lot of power because obviously it's 240 volt, so it's a good beastie and really handy. And they're not that expensive compared to the cordless drills, and obviously you've got endless amount of power, where the other ones obviously they're all chargeable, 18 volt, whatever, so you have to keep charging them. But this, it just keeps going forever and a day. So yeah, great drill.